The Harlem diner smelled of grease and coffee, its faded red booths creaking under the weight of late-night regulars. Lena Carter, 24, stood at the back sink, her hands submerged in soapy water, scrubbing plates with a rhythm born of endless shifts. Her apron was damp, her braids tied back in a loose bun, and her brown eyes were tired but bright. She sang softly, a soulful melody of her own creation, her voice weaving through the clatter of dishes like a secret only the kitchen knew. The diner was half empty, with a trucker nursing coffee and a couple arguing over fries. No one noticed Lena's song, except for one man at the counter. Marcus Reed, 45, a music producer with a Grammy to his name, sat hunched over a burger, his suit jacket out of place in the diner's worn charm. He was scrolling through emails, distracted, until Lena's voice hit a note that made him freeze. His fork clattered to the plate, drawing a glance from the waitress. Lena didn't notice, lost in her song about dreams and rivers. Her voice raw and powerful, carrying a pain and hope that felt alive. Marcus set his phone down, his eyes locked on the kitchen door. He'd heard talent before, but this was different, polished, real, like a diamond in the dirt. He stood, brushing crumbs from his tie, and walked toward the kitchen, ignoring Dee's raised eyebrow. "Who's singing back there?" he asked, his voice low but urgent. Dee shrugged. "That's just Lena. She always sings." Marcus pushed through the swinging door, the steam hitting his face. Lena looked up, startled, her hands dripping suds. "Can I help you?" she asked, her voice steady but wary. Marcus smiled, something rare for him. "Your voice sits incredible. Ever thought about recording?" Lena laughed, a short, bitter sound. "Sir, I'm just a dishwasher." But Marcus wasn't joking. He pulled out his phone, hitting record as she sang another line, her voice soaring. "This," he said, "is going to change everything." He posted the clip to X with a caption, "Found a star in a Harlem diner. Listen." Within hours, the video had 1 million views, hashtag Lena Sings, trending worldwide. Lena, wiping down the counter, had no idea her life was about to become a melody the world couldn't stop hearing. Asterisk, Lena Carter's hands moved in a steady rhythm, scraping leftover gravy from plates under the diner's flickering fluorescent light. The clock read 10:47 p.m., and her shift was far from over. Her worn sneakers squeaked on the tile floor, and her apron, stained with ketchup, hung loose around her slim frame. She sang under her breath, a song she'd written in her head about chasing dreams across a river too wide. The diner, a Harlem staple called Rosie's, was quiet tonight, its red vinyl booths patched with duct tape. A trucker sipped coffee at the counter, and a couple in the corner bickered over cold fries. Dee, the head waitress, a 50-year-old woman with a sharp tongue and kind eyes, refilled ketchup bottles nearby. "Lena, you singing again?" she called, half smiling. Lena shrugged, her braids swaying. "Keeps me sane." She'd been at Rosie's for 2 years, saving every tip for her mom's medical bills. Music was her escape, but dreams felt like luxuries she couldn't afford. The diner's walls, lined with faded photos of old Harlem, seemed to whisper that some things never change. The night dragged on, the air heavy with grease and the hum of a dying fridge. Lena's voice grew bolder, filling the kitchen with a melody that felt like a prayer. She didn't notice the man at the counter, his suit jacket draped over the stool, his eyes tired from a long day. Marcus Reed was a name in music, but tonight, he was just a guy craving a burger away from Manhattan's glitz. He'd stopped at Rosie's on a whim, drawn by its neon sign. His plate was half-eaten, his mind on a failing deal, when Lena's voice cut through. It wasn't loud, but it was alive, carrying a soul that made his skin prickle. He set his fork down, the clatter loud in the quiet diner. Dee glanced over, curious. "You okay, mister?" Marcus didn't answer, his ears locked on the kitchen. Lena's song was about loss and hope, her voice raw yet polished like she'd lived every word. He leaned forward, trying to catch more. His heart racing with a producer's instinct. This was something rare. Lena finished her song, wiping her hands on her apron. The sink was nearly empty, and her shift was winding down. She glanced at the clock, thinking of her tiny apartment and the notebook where she scribbled lyrics. Dee poked her head in. Some guy's asking about you. Says he likes your singing. Lena frowned, brushing it off. Probably drunk. But she stepped out, wiping suds from her fingers, and saw Marcus at the counter, his dark eyes intense. He stood, extending a hand. I'm Marcus Reed. Your voice it's special. Lena's laugh was nervous. It's just me messing around. Marcus shook his head. No, it's not. Can I record you? Just one song? Lena's eyes narrowed, her guard up. She'd heard promises before from men who didn't mean them. But something in Marcus's face, earnest, almost desperate, made her pause. She nodded, hesitant, and sang a line, her voice filling the diner. Marcus's phone captured it, and the world was about to hear her. Asterisk Marcus Reed sat back down. His burger forgotten, his phone still recording as Lena's voice faded. The diner felt smaller now, like the air was charged with possibility. Lena stood by the kitchen door, her arms crossed, her brown eyes wary. Why'd you record that? Out, she asked, her voice sharp. Marcus smiled, not the slick grin of a salesman, but something genuine. Because I've been in music 20 years and I've never heard anything like you. Lena rolled her eyes, used to empty flattery, but Marcus pulled up his phone, showing her his credentials, a Grammy win, articles about his work with stars. Her skepticism softened, but not much. I'm nobody, she said, turning back to the sink. Marcus leaned closer. Nobody doesn't sing like that. Clip back, and Lena froze, hearing her own voice, strong, soulful, raw. It was her, but it sounded bigger, like it belonged somewhere else. Marcus's eyes were bright. Let me help you share this. The diner's regulars were leaving, their chatter fading as the neon sign buzzed outside. Dee watched from the counter, her hands on her hips. Lena, you gonna trust this guy? She whispered as Marcus stepped outside to take a call. Lena shrugged, her heart racing. I don't know. He seems real. She thought of her mom, who'd always said her voice was a gift, and the notebook full of songs she'd never shared. Marcus returned, his face serious. I sent that clip to a friend. She's got a studio downtown. You free tomorrow? Lena's stomach flipped. Tomorrow was her day off, but dreams like this didn't come to dishwashers. I don't have money for studios, she said. Marcus waved it off. This one's on me. Lena hesitated, then nodded, her voice barely a whisper. Okay. Marcus grinned, posting the clip to X with a caption, found a star in a Harlem diner. Listen. By midnight, the video had 50,000 views. And Lena's voice was echoing beyond the diner's walls. Lena stayed late, helping Dee close up. The diner was quiet now, the last plate scrubbed clean. Dee nudged her. You're gonna be famous, girl. Lena laughed, but it was hollow. Fame wasn't real, the Herbals were. She walked home through Harlem's chilly streets, her breath visible under streetlights. Her phone buzzed with notifications. Strangers commenting on Marcus's post. Who is she? This voice is unreal. She ignored them, but one message caught her eye, from a girl her age. You sound like Hope. Keep singing. Lena's throat tightened. She thought of her mom's hospital bed, the unpaid bills, the songs she'd buried. Marcus's offer felt like a door cracking open, but she was scared to walk through. Back in her apartment, she opened her notebook, her lyrics spilling across the page. She sang a line, soft but steady, and for the first time, she wondered if her voice could carry her somewhere new. Outside, the city hummed, and her song was already spreading. Unstoppable. Lena arrived at the downtown studio, her sneakers damp. From the morning rain, the building was sleek, all glass and chrome, a world away from Rosie's. She clutched her notebook. Her braids pulled into a tight bun, her face a mix of nerves and defiance. Marcus greeted her at the door, his suit replaced with a casual sweater, his smile warm. Ready to make magic, he asked. Lena's laugh was shaky. I'm just here to sing. Inside the studio was intimidating microphones, soundboards. A producer named Tara, a black woman with dreads and a no-nonsense vibe. Heard your clip, Tara said. Let's see what you've got. Lena hesitated, her hands sweaty. She'd never sung for anyone but herself in the diner's walls. Marcus nodded, encouraging. Just be you. Lena closed her eyes, picturing her mom's smile, and sang a song about breaking free, her voice soaring, filling the room. Tara's eyes widened, and Marcus grinned, his faith confirmed. The session lasted hours, Lena's voice growing bolder with each take. Back at Rosie's, the diner was abuzz. Dee had seen the ex-post, now at 500,000 views. "Girl, you're blowing up," she said, showing Lena her phone. Comments poured in. "She's a star. Sign her now." Lena's cheeks burned. She wasn't ready for this. Her co-worker, Jamal, a lanky 19-year-old with dreams of rapping, teased her. "You gonna forget us when you're famous?" Lena shook her head. "I'm still washing dishes." But Marcus had other plans. He called her that night, his voice excited. The clip's at 1 million views. "Labels are calling." "You in?" Lena's heart raced. She thought of her mom, her bills, the diner's grind. "What if I'm not good enough?" she asked. Marcus's voice was firm. "You're more than enough." He sent her a contract outline, simple but fair, offering a demo deal. Lena stared at it, her hands shaking. She signed, her pen trembling, and sent it back. The diner's neon sign flickered outside, but inside something new was glowing. Lena's first recording session went viral overnight. The full song hitting X with Marcus's caption, "Lena Carter's first take. The world needs this." By morning, it had 5 million views, and hashtag Lena Sings was trending globally. Lena woke to her phone buzzing, her mom's voice on the line. "Baby, you're singing for the world now," she said, tearful. Lena cried, overwhelmed. At Rosie's, customers asked for her, some leaving tips with notes, "Keep shining." But not everyone was happy. The diner's manager, Carl, a gruff man in his 60s, grumbled about the attention. "Don't let this go to your head," he snapped. Lena ignored him, her focus on the studio. Marcus met her there, introducing her to a vocal coach. "You've got raw talent," the coach said. "Let's polish it." Lena nodded, her fear fading. She sang again, her voice stronger, and felt something shift. She wasn't just a dishwasher anymore. She was a voice, and the world was listening. Asterisk Lena's song spread like wildfire, hitting 10 million views by noon. News outlets picked it up. Diner dishwasher's voice stuns world. Lena's apartment was a chaos of notifications, even messages, even a DM from a pop star she admired. She muted her phone, overwhelmed, and went to Rosie's, seeking normalcy. The diner was packed, not with regulars but with strangers holding phones, hoping to see her. Dee hugged her tightly. "You're a star, Lena." Carl, however, was furious. "This is a diner, not a stage," he barked, handing her a stack of dishes. Lena scrubbed, her hands steady, but her mind was elsewhere. Marcus called, his voice. "Urgent, labels want to meet. Tomorrow." Lena's stomach flipped. She wasn't ready for fame, but the world didn't care. Her song was everywhere, and hashtag Lena Sings was a movement, with fans posting covers of her melody. The attention brought scrutiny. A gossip blog dug into Lena's past, posting about her mom's illness and their financial struggles. Lena felt exposed, but the support outweighed the hate. A crowdfunding campaign started, raising money for her mom's care. Lena visited her. "Mom," showing her the comments, "your daughter's voice saved me today." Her mom smiled, frail but proud. "You were always my song." Back at the diner, customers left gifts, flowers, notes, a guitar. Jamal strummed it, grinning. "You're gonna need this." Lena laughed, but the weight of expectation grew. Marcus arrived, his face serious. "The label's offering a deal, but they want you now." Lena nodded, her throat tight. She sang a line in the empty diner, her voice echoing, and felt the world shift. The clip Marcus posted hit 20 million views, and Lena's name was on every screen. Carl called a staff meeting, his face red. "This circus ends now," he said, glaring at Lena. "You're distracting the team." Dee snapped back. "She's bringing in customers." The staff cheered, and Lena felt a surge of gratitude. She posted a thank you video on X, her voice soft but clear. "I'm just Lena, but your support means everything." It went viral, hitting 30 million views. Labels sent contracts, and Marcus guided her through, warning of pitfalls. "They'll try to own you," he said. Lena chose a small label with fair terms, her instincts sharp. The diner became a pilgrimage. Sight fans leaving notes on the counter. Lena's song played on radio stations, and she heard it walking home, her heart swelling. She wasn't just singing for herself anymore. She was singing for everyone who'd ever been overlooked. And the world was singing back. Lena's first label meeting was in a Manhattan high-rise, the city sprawling below. She wore her best, jeans and a borrowed blazer, her braids in a neat ponytail. The execs were polished, their smiles too wide. "You're a gold mine," one said, but Lena felt like a product. Marcus coached her, his voice steady. "Stay true to you." She nodded, singing her song in the boardroom, her voice silencing their chatter. They offered a contract, but Lena pushed back on clauses that felt off. "I'm not signing my soul away," she said. The execs blinked, impressed. Back at Rosie's, Carl's attitude worsened. "You're still a dishwasher," he sneered, piling plates on her. Lena scrubbed, but her mind was on the studio. Dee slipped her a note. "Don't let him dim you." Lena hugged her, grateful for the family she'd found in the diner's chaos. The online support grew, but so did the hate. Trolls called her overrated, and a rival producer claimed she was a one-hit wonder. Lena's doubts crept in. Maybe she wasn't enough. She called her mom, who said, "Your voice is your truth. Don't lose it." Lena spent nights in her apartment writing new songs, her notebook filling with lyrics about fear and fight. Marcus arranged a second recording session, and Lena poured her heart out, her voice stronger, layered with pain and hope. The track leaked online, hitting 15 million views in a day. Fans rallied, drowning out the trolls. A local school invited Lena to sing, and she performed for kids who looked like her, their eyes wide. "You're like us," one said. Lena cried, her purpose clear. She was singing for them. Lena's confidence grew, but Carl pushed back harder, cutting her shifts. "You're not special," he said. The staff rebelled, refusing to work without her. Dee led the charge, confronting Carl. "Lena's the heart of this place." Customers joined, boycotting until Carl relented. Lena returned, her head high, and sang during her break, the diner cheering. Agnes brought news. Her song was charting, and a national tour was in talks. Lena's fears lingered, but she felt the community's strength. She visited her mom now in a better facility, thanks to the crowdfunding. "You're my hero," her mom said. Lena smiled, her doubts fading. The world was loud, but her voice was louder, and she was ready to sing it. Lena's viral fame uncovered Rosie's darker side. A former employee DM'd her, revealing Carl's mismanagement, skimming tips, faking invoices. Lena shared the info with Dee, who nodded. Always knew he was shady. They dug through records in the diner's office, finding proof. Fake vendors, unpaid taxes. Lena posted about it on X. Careful but bold. "Rosie's deserves better." The post sparked outrage, with ex-staff sharing stories. #RosieIsTruth trended. And the diner's owner, an absentee landlord, fired Carl. Lena was offered interim manager, but she hesitated, unsure. Marcus encouraged her. "You're a leader. Own it." Lena accepted, her voice steady as she rallied the staff. "We're rebuilding this place together," they cheered. And Rosie's felt alive again, its neon sign glowing brighter. Lena's backstory emerged online, shared by fans who'd known her. Posted about her mom's illness, her years of sacrifice, her quiet kindness. Lena was embarrassed but touched. She recorded a new song about resilience, dedicating it to her mom. It hit 50 million views, with proceeds going to the nonprofit she'd started for healthcare access. The diner became a community hub, hosting open mic nights where locals sang. Lena mentored a shy teen, teaching her to write lyrics. "You've got a voice," Lena said, echoing Marcus. The teen smiled, and Lena saw herself. Meanwhile, Carl faced legal trouble, his schemes exposed. Lena didn't gloat, She focused on Rosie's, hiring fair vendors and raising wages. Her leadership shone, and the diner thrived, a beacon of hope. Lena's tour was announced with sold-out shows. She performed her chart-topping song, her voice filling arenas. Fans held signs. "Lena, you're our voice." She visited her mom before leaving, singing softly at her bedside. "You made this," her mom whispered. Lena's nonprofit grew, funding clinics in underserved areas. Rosie's became a landmark, its walls now lined with photos of Lena's journey. She hired Jamal as her assistant manager, and Dee ran the kitchen with pride. Lena's songs topped charts, but she stayed grounded, her sneakers still worn. Her story inspired millions, with hashtag Lena Sings, a symbol of dreams realized. Wasn't just a star, she was proof that authenticity could change the world. Lena stood on a stage in Madison Square Garden, her braids loose, her voice soaring. The crowd of thousands sang along, their phones glowing like stars. Her sneakers still on, a nod to her roots. Her setlist mixed her. Viral hit with new songs, each one raw and true. Backstage, Marcus watched, proud. "You did this," he said. Lena shook her head. "We did." Rosie's was now a chain, with Lena as co-owner, each location a community hub. Her nonprofit funded healthcare for thousands, and her mom, now healthy, sat in the front row cheering. Lena's songs were anthems, her lyrics quoted in protests in classrooms. She'd become a voice for the overlooked, her journey a testament to kindness and courage. The diner's legacy grew, with open mic nights drawing talent from across Harlem. Lena mentored young artists, her notebook now a shared space for their lyrics. Carl's trial ended with a guilty plea, and Rosie's staff celebrated, their wages now fair. Lena's tour sold out globally, but she returned to the diner between shows, washing dishes when needed. Dee teased her. "Still one of us." Lena grinned, scrubbing a plate. Her mom moved into a new home, funded by Lena's earnings. At an awards show, Lena won Breakout Artist, dedicating it to everyone who's ever been invisible. The crowd roared, and hashtag Lena Sings trended again, a symbol of hope. Years later, Lena stood in Rosie's, now a cultural landmark. A mural of her singing covered one wall, painted by a local kid she'd mentored. She launched a music school free for low-income students and performed at its opening, her voice unchanged by fame. Her mom, healthy and proud, ran the nonprofit's outreach. Lena's songs shaped a generation, her story taught in schools. She walked through Harlem, her sneakers squeaking, and smiled at the diner's neon sign. It flickered, but it shone. Lena wasn't just a star, she was a movement, proof that a voice, no matter how small its start, could sing loud enough to change the world.